Hello everyone. This is Ann Lindsay with another webinar, and I'm coming to you from the home of Jane Wolfman. She is helping me. She is our camera woman.
Hello everyone.
We're excited to be here today to bring you a video for me that I'm making by popular demand. It's called How to Order Your Swatch Book. So particularly appropriate for the brand new stylist or the stylist that might have been working a little bit and their swatch book has turned into total chaos and they don't know how to bring it back to rights. So this demonstration is going to take, I've done dozens of these, so it's pretty fast. I think it'll be 10 minutes, and I'm going to show you how to take a virgin, this is your virgin just the way it comes out of the kit, swatch book, and turn it into something that is absolutely usable in a way that you can zoom around like a pro. You can select things at a moment's notice that are on your mind when you're right in front of your client. So here we go. We have the swatch book just as it comes out of the kit. And the first thing we find are these are our non-iron fabrics. I don't mix in my non-iron fabrics, so I'm going to just pass them by, leave them together. A guy knows whether he wants non-iron or not, and when he wants it, these are all going to be together. So here I'm going to start with just how you see your fabrics. Now the scary part here is, and it's going to mean you're going to have a few minutes, maybe when you're watching a movie later tonight, I'm not going to refile them, so you're going to have to refile them, but I'm going to show you the order that you can put them in. Even if your book is not in this order, you can follow this process because it's so easy. So this top swatch is black. What we're going to do is we're going to create a pile here of solids, and they're going to be ordered by color, all right? And we're going to follow that order pattern all the way through the book. So you're going to know exactly where your, say, lavenders or your oddball colors or your darker blues are at a split second's notice. So the way we're going to order our book is white through the grays into black. This is a light gray, so it's going to go on the black pile. This is a blue. This is a lavender. This is a black, and I'm going to reorder this in a minute, but now we got white, white, blue, white, blue, blue. I put pinks and purples together. You can be as anal or not about your book, but this is how I order mine, or how I order new stylists. Here's an orange. That's an oddball. He's over there. Here's an ecru. That's an oddball. He's over there. Blue, blue, pink. Yellow's an oddball over there. Purple. This gray, black, white, blue, blue, pink, lavender. Got excited there. Gray. Come on, baby. White. Black. Navy. Black. White. And blue. Black. Gray. Blue. White. Blue. Ooh, very pale lavender. Almost tricked me. See? Blue, white, pale pink, blue, aubergine, we'll call that purple, blue, ecru, oddball, blue, lavender, gray, and white. Okay, so we're going to start ordering these. As I said, I'm not going to actually use the holes. You can do that later. So your book orientation is going to go, when you open it up, you want the labels down. So it's going to go like this. So that's the beginning of your solid section. Now we're going to go for the lightest grays. And a couple more here at the back. And then moving into medium grays. And then moving into black. Okay, next is blue. I'm starting with my, again, I'm not crazy anal about this, just more or less. my lighter blues are going to be on the top, and moving forward, then into the darkest ones at the back. This, by the way, from my last webinar is my favorite. This one I really like a lot, this navy. Okay, now we're moving to lavenders, pinks, and purples, and they're fine as far as I'm concerned, just the way they are. Boom. Odd man out at the back. So we just created a pattern here. And what is the pattern? The pattern is white through gray into black, blues from kind of lighter to kind of darker, pinks and purples, and oddballs. We're now going to move into stripes. You may determine as you see fit, there's a few that are on the edge here, whether you call this a solid or a stripe, but we'll call it for a stripe for the moment because that's where it is. This is a black stripe. So obviously we don't have white on white striped shirts, so we have to start. Our first pile is going to be grays and blacks. So gray and black. Blue. Oh, here's a non-iron. That's funny how that snuck in there. So this non-iron, I don't know why that's there, but this non-iron we're going to put in the front with the other non-irons. Okay, back to stripes. Blue, blue, pink, blue, blue, lavender. Now, this is an interesting one. This is blue, white, navy multi-stripe, but to my eye, that's about as black as a stripe gets. When you have two colors, and this will happen a lot, even three colors as you go further down, pick the dominant color that's not blue. The reason for that is that any man will accept a shirt that has blue in it, but you might be looking for a shirt that has black in it. For example, maybe if you were trying to match it with a charcoal jacket or a black dress pants. So even though this is more blue, I'm going to put this in the black pile. Here's one that's all blue, blue, gray. Where's that going to go? The black pile. Purple, blue, purple, pink, blue, blue, and this is called, lavender, so white navy. It looks pretty dark to me, but it's navy. Red's going to go with lavender, pink, and purple. Brown, the only odd man out stripe we have, brown. Lavender, blue, blue. By the way, these are one of my favorite. The whole Dobby line, I've had men describe them as it's like little ribbons running through. Love it. Blue, pink, blue, lavender, blue, white and black. So this one here, I also think this works very nicely as a navy. So sometimes, as a charcoal. So you can put this in either pile you like, but I think it works well in this pile because you might be looking for a guy that says, oh, I want something that matches charcoal and my navy suit, and you think, I'm going to go to the gray section, and then blue. So following our pattern again, we're going to start with light. There are not many here, so it's not that big a deal. This is the gray and black section. Moving into the blue from lightest, from lightest to darker. Ready? Pink, purple, and red. Odd man out, brown. Turning the corner into checks and plaids. We're going to follow the same procedure. Blue. Now, here's a good example. This has blue and pink. Any man will accept a shirt with blue in it, but not every man will accept a shirt with pink in it. So this is going in the pink pile. This also is going, this is lavender, it's going in the lavender pile. This one, blue and gray, this is going in the gray pile. I hope that makes sense. Blue and green. Any man will accept a shirt with blue, but maybe not green. So this is the odd man out pile. Brown. I'm going to shift this over a little bit because there's several greens and browns in here. Okay, the odd color here is red, so it's going in that pile. Blue. Purple. Odd color here is brown, going in that pile. Blue. Odd color is orange. Odd color is brown. Purple. You can decide whether you want this to be in a solid or whether you want this to be here, but for the moment we'll leave it here. Blue, blue, purple, blue, pink, blue, purple, red, blue, red, purple, purple, gray, blue, pink. You can decide later if you want these to be in this pile or another, but purple, sorry, black, gray, black, blue, purple, red, brown. This one is blue and black. I'm going to put it in the black pile because we might be looking for a black. Oddball color here is green, so that goes in this pile. Blue. This is kind of a maroony brown. I'm going to put it over there. Red. Blue. Pink. Blue. Lavender. Black. Purple. Gray. This one has brown in it, so that's an oddball, and one's sticky. This one is gray. This is right on the fence, purple and green. I think purple is probably a little easier for him to accept, so I'm going to put it in the green pile. Blue, purple, navy, green, orange with your orange and browns, blue, black. Now patterns I have, yeah, I'm going to leave those patterns right there. Those are fine. So following our same procedure, white into gray, darker colors might be at the back, or bolder might be at the back a little bit, but no big deal really, just kind of. So white into darker. Your blues, again, you can reorder this if you want and put the darker ones in the back if you'd like. Blues. And here, I find that in this section, there seems to be enough true red that I might create a little subsection. I might sneak out a few of these reds because they're a little bit, they're kind of different enough to give them their own home. So pink, purple, lavender, and then we'll have a few reds at the end. Then section that's green, then section that's orange and browns. Our patterns. Okay, so we're going to do suiting in just a second. What I want to show you, why this is so important. Let's pick a suit color that's really easy to see on that video. I know that we don't sell that much of this, but it makes a nice demonstration. So the guy, you're showing him this, and he says, "Yeah, but what does it go with?" And you say, because you learned in my last webinar, anytime you have a suit swatch out there, show him how to wear it 3 different ways. So you say, "Oh, I'm so glad you asked that." And you zoom immediately to the very end of your solids, and you lay out this orange, and then you can show them a tie, how to wear it formally. Then you say, on a day that you might want to wear a striped shirt, you might want to be a little more authoritative. You zoom to the end of your stripes, and there's a brown stripe. And then, when you want to be more casual, you then zoom to the end of your checks and plaids. Maybe you pull out that one. In other words, whatever you like. But my point is, if you just saw, the same thing as if you had a purple, a suit with a little purple deco, the same thing if you had a suit jacket with blue in it, you can absolutely use the system to just, again, like you're a pro, zoom, you can go through the whole book. So now we're going to look at this suiting. And we're going to organize this by the pattern, all right? Not by whether it says revenge or not. In my book, again, we're just doing core, and I keep my Loro Piana separate because there's such a big price point. I do not separate out revenge or non-revenge. A guy doesn't care about that initially. He's really looking at pattern. So we're going to see here we have a stripe. Here we have a suit with a little window pane. Here we have a core. And here we have a herringbone and two herringbones, the other one's snuck in there. Here we have a stripe and a stripe. This is suiting with a cross pattern like a window pane. Now we're getting to some patterns that I would consider to be probably not suit-like. These are separates. You could wear them as trousers, you could wear them as a jacket, but my point is that you're probably, I have these in a sport coat section because these are probably not suiting. That's my opinion. If you have a real dandy, dapper guy, certainly you can show him these for suiting. But in my world, now the reason this tonal nail head, okay, so this is a section that I call solids with texture, this tonal nail head. So I'm going to put that there. This is the charcoal tonal nail head, another solid with texture. Here's a stripe. Oops, somebody else jumped in on there. Two stripes. Stripe, stripe, stripe. This is the charcoal tonal plaid, so I'm calling this, again, a solid, but it has some interest to it. I'm not putting it here because these really do have pattern. Okay. Here's one with pattern. This one, right on the edge. In your world, this might be a suit. In mine, it's more like a sport coat. So these are definitely can be suiting. This is a sport coat, so I'm going to put these two with my sport coats, even though they're solid, the blue and the black, because they're only sport coats. So does that make sense? Here, I feel like that could be a suit. There's a stripe, mini herringbone, that goes there. Here's a stripe, formal, going to go over there, sport coat, there's another formal, and then of course sport coat here. So, the way I order this is I have my sport coats on top, and I have my favorite sport coat on top, always, because I want it as a go-to. So maybe let's say for today, this is my favorite sport coat, and I want to be able to just say right off the bat how easily I can show him an outfit wearing this. So back to our book here. And by the way, it's not long until you do need two books, so don't be surprised if you find yourself in the partner store getting another book. So I'm going to start with my favorite sport coats on top. I'm then going to move down the line a little bit in terms of color intensity to these suiting fabrics that had a cross design, had a deco, had a window pane, but I consider them to be appropriate for suiting. So we're at high pattern intensity here, and we've moved down a little bit here. Okay. Now we're going to move down the scale in pattern intensity even a little more to these textural solids. Okay. Now we're going to move down the pattern intensity to solid solids. So there's nothing going on here but solid. All right. Now we're going to start going up the other end into stripes. So what's our most subtle stripe? Our herringbones. So our herringbones are next. Then our true stripy stripes are there. And at the end we have the oddballs. We have the formal and we have the cotton. When you get seasonal fabric, I do always put the seasonal fabric in front. But what this has allowed me to do in reordering this is to know that in the front I can grab a sport coat. In the middle, if I've got a guy that I think is amped up a little bit more, I can grab a suit that has some interest to it, like a window pane. I can go right to my cores and grab 3 or 4 that I think will show that could be used as trousers to show him how it would go with a sport coat or just for suiting. And I know that all the striped fellas are in the back. So when you have new things that come, it's easy to incorporate the very, very newest that we have, our seasonal fabrics. I always put on the top. I would, if it were me, I would incorporate these. New suiting does not seem to have quite the allure as new shirting, so I do incorporate my new suiting in with the suiting, and you know how to do it now. This is a solid that has a little bit of textural interest. This is a true solid. These are all solid. The Revenge. This is formal. This has a stripe, so you can do this yourself now. And then you can choose. This is the what do we call it?
Premium.
Premium. This is the premium package, and I would incorporate this in with your regular swatches. How we just ordered them there. If you have a Luxe Reserve, those are the big boys. Those are the $375 shirts. Those I would keep separate. But anyway, so that is how I would suggest that you order your swatch book. So the only chore you have now, like I said, in front of the television set is putting these bad boys all back in their, see, oh, we got, there we go. Next time you go in, you're going to be ready to work with your client. You're going to know the moment you pull out like this suit with the purple deco, you're going to know instantly where your purples are, whether they're solid, stripe, or checks and plaid. You're going to know where your browns are. You're going to know immediately where to go to help a guy right in the middle of an appointment. So I hope that that was helpful, and I love your feedback. Until next time, love and success. Bye from Jane and Ann.
Bye.